All right, so this is for My Immortal. I think this is actually a really great song to start segueing into sheet music reading. I'll give you a look real quick at the Ultimate Guitar. Again, the intro isn't crazy, but that left hand bass that outlines what it's doing is the root, then the fifth, and then the octave that you started on. It's a tricky pattern. Think about coordination exercises for the drums. It takes a while and a lot of just repetition to get it down. So it's not impossible to do. You can look at that, and I'm going to show you both ways. But something that sounds good on the intro that you can substitute for that is actually just the root position chords that it's outlining, which are A and C sharp minor. Okay, and I can still play that melody. Now I go to my C sharp minor. Now for C sharp minor, I can get there really easily. I'm going to notate this on the sheet. Just move down to G sharp here. Keep C sharp and E the same. And here's the melody from there. Okay, really important here. We're in the key of A, so all of our C's are sharp, all of our F's are sharp, and all of our G's are sharp. So remember that as we get into it. So I'm going to print out the intro sheet music. In lessons, we can go over how to read that. If you are familiar with some of these notes from choir, just go ahead and put a check mark next to what feels good. So I know what you already know, but I imagine bass clef is going to be a little bit new, for instance. So bass clef first measure there. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. I'll go over it more one-on-one. But bottom space note, the saying for kids is all cows eat grass. Those are our 4 space notes. A is going to be our first space. A, then I go to the third space, all cows eat, E. And then I go to another A. That's our top line note, okay? And I figured that top line note out, just again, for future teaching stuff and all that. Our top space, all cows eat grass, G. I go up 1 note from that, and that's how I get A. That seems to resonate better with kids than just giving it to them straight. So look at that sheet music for the intro, mostly the right hand melody, and then the chords on the lead sheet. Then we're going to get into the pre-chorus, which is where the sheet music and the coordination really get pretty tricky. We're outlining the root 5th octave. We're still using that kind of shape in the left hand. Now, as you get more comfortable with this, you can almost hear the Charlie Brown theme song in that, but you can see that's a dexterity thing. And again, I just relate it back to drums. The more you can use these as drumsticks, the better, but we got to start with just 1 note, okay? And then we're going to go to 2, and then we will go to 3. So you can see how advanced Amy Lee is on this stuff. And then it's frustrating that she's singing at the same time too. So she's really good, and I don't want you to just look at this part and be I can't get to this anytime soon. There is a way to simplify it. So at the pre-chorus, the 1 note I'm going to choose is the root of F sharp minor. And I'm going to take the triad up in the middle of the piano, F sharp, A, C sharp. I'm also going to use inversions here to get to C sharp minor. Think about how close the chords were last time. This is also just good voice leading. It sounds good. To get to C sharp minor, all I have to do is go to E, G sharp. I'm going to keep my C sharp in the pinky. And then bass drops down to C sharp. Okay, so that's your position there. Here, since we're only going between 2 chords, this would be a great opportunity to try to get the 2 fingers down where it's pinky and thumb. And again, treat them kind of like drumsticks. How I started was a lot of just take a drum beat. This is your bass. This is your snare. Let's do a Beverly Hills. Because our hands aren't used to spreading this wide out. So you just need to get the hand involved somehow. That's something I would do daily. at least 5 to 10 minutes. Practice your left hand more than your right hand. It's all the same. It's actually exactly the same as drumming. So if you can develop that left hand, then we get more into a sound like this. I'm thinking about my right hand as another, you can call it like a tom-tom. It kind of takes the place of the snare sometimes. But instantly I have more options over here, and I can make it sound like this with just 2 notes. Again, I'm not to the real part yet. So we're jumping from F sharp to C sharp and just keeping that shape there. I was just trying out if G sharp was the root, if that would sound cool, but that doesn't. We're going to jump all the way to the C sharp root there. So we can do that with just 1 note, and that's where we're going to start. F sharp is the root. This pain is just too real. Try just some simple rhythms like that, some like left hand first. Think about how a drum beat is orchestrated. Like usually it's the kick, then snare, boons, cats. Rarely does the snare go first. It's usually reserved for the back beats. So left hand, beat 1, right hand, beats 2 and 4. Just kind of work on some patterns like this. And then when you get to that pre-chorus, you can do a little bit of arpeggiation, but really just whatever you feel comfortable with. We're hanging out on F sharp to C sharp minor for a while. We do that 3 times. This pain is just too real. Go to E to place. And then when we get to the chorus, excuse me, I just want us to do block chords there. There's going to be plenty going on with the guitar strumming pattern to fill that out. So, and it changes a little quickly too. We're going to change on beat 4 of every measure. So starting on F sharp minor, 1, 2, 3, D, 3, 4, E, C sharp. See, there's like a little bit of anticipation there. Not on the upbeat, it's on the downbeat. It's on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Away all of your tears. I'm going to put next to the chorus some inversion mapping as an option. You can move more smoothly between these chords because think about it, in an F sharp minor chord, we have F sharp and A already. We can just move up to a D. And then if we go to an E major, we already have E and G sharp. We can just move up to C sharp. So that sounds pretty nice. Now, when we're thinking about chords and like how much like power they have and like what power they have, like the whole reason for inversions is to move smoothly between chords. But actually, from a listener's perspective, inversions sound weaker. They sound less definite in their nature because their root is not enforced in the bottom, and it's kind of a big question mark. When we study cadences, you're going to see that a lot. Like if we land on a 1-6 chord, that's way different than landing on the 1 chord in root position. Root position feels like kind of the maximum you can do, which you would think of the chorus is the climax of the song. Let's take all root position here. That's why this sounds so good. I'm going to put octaves down here too because that sounds really good. Sometimes you can do triads in both hands as long as it doesn't get too grumbly. I'm actually going to move a little bit up for this. Let's see how this sounds. F sharp right here, actually. D, wipe away all of your tears. The cool thing about that is you have your arpeggios like available on both hands, where you can break apart the chords. Here's D. See how since I use fingers 1, 3, and 5, almost I was gonna flip you off on accident. 1, 3, and 5. You can arpeggiate between those. So if we're in F sharp minor position, all those notes are there. You can start making cool patterns like that. In terms of finger independence, you do want to get workouts with these fingers especially. You want everything to be balanced. So getting back to how these are, kick, snare, we want to be able to do things with the other fingers as well, but those might take a little bit longer. The first thing I want your pinky to get used to doing is playing the bass note down here, but then eventually we can start relying on it as the starting note of any arpeggio. Okay, you can see how much we're of a task we're putting on our left pinky in this context. So that takes us through the chorus. We're going to do that 3 times. There's a times 3 there. Sorry, I missed a chord there. Now, E, here's C sharp. Here's the last time. F sharp, D, and we're going to sit on E. And this is where we got 2 measures on E, so we should really arpeggiate it like in the song. Something kind of like that. And you take and you take all of me. There's a few different ideas you can do there. You want the pedal down so it all sustains. It sounds like in the track, it's a pretty quick arpeggio. I'm going to the chart to see exactly what we got. Okay, after the first chorus, and this is kind of important to note, after the first chorus, she sits on E. All of me. And let me look after the second chorus. This is not there too. There is a bridge section. So I might be imagining the arpeggio section there. It just sounded like a nice place to maybe put it where you're sitting. All of me. Still something you can do, but it is not in the arrangement. I misspoke there. I'm gonna go ahead and transcribe the bridge and pop back on here in a second. I do not have that written out quite yet, but those are the first 3 parts. Okay, so we're at the bridge. Our starting chord is D. Each chord is gonna get a measure. F sharp minor. B minor 7, which needs an A. I don't like that. So let's nest the A within. Let me look at the chart to make sure it doesn't put that on top of the chord, because that would be pretty cool. There it is. It does kind of put it around here. It's nested within. Kind of like this. D, F sharp. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. So we want it to be that D, F sharp, A, B. That's a B minor 7 in inversion. I would encourage you too for the bridge. It stops being so tricky there. We can inspect a lot of these triads and kind of look at what chord they are. So that was pretty easy to peck out like the B minor, the different voicing. So we can at least then go over to our chord chart and we're going to call this just a B minor 7 over D. Okay, and we should kind of know the flow of that. So D major. Oops. Hold on. So we actually don't move that much. D, F sharp, A, D, F sharp, A, B. We're just adding that note on top. Yeah. Yeah, so that's like really good voice leading. I was overthinking that at first. And then we go to a C sharp minor. Keep rising to E. Then we go back to the chorus. So you can hear how like this sound sucks. This piano is like not great. This is just for practicing. It's super muddy down here. You'll notice right away, like on a real piano, like that sounds better. And on a better patch, it might sound good. But that's the only thing to be careful of down in this left hand range is that just like not sounding good. Cool. That takes us through the bridge. During the solo section, we are just playing the chorus. So it looks like actually coming out of the bridge, we don't hit another chorus. We hit the solo chorus. But that's still going to be. Just kind of playing background to that. And then we do hit a chorus after that. Looks like the outro is just like the intro, so we can go back to our sheet music there. Again, that left-hand pattern in the intro and outro is a little tricky, but what I would recommend to tackle that is just highlight where the notes hit together. So first 3 beats are A, E, A. On the second time, it voices it higher. Yeah, like it's way up here. C sharp, yeah. You can see how I actually have fingers 5, 2, and 1 here. Okay, fingers 1, 2, 5 over here, so it kind of feels like the opposite. Just like that. Then we move the right hand up. E, C sharp, E, A, E. So it really only like the left hand happens there on the first beats, and then the next measure. Let's see what we're starting on here. Middle C sharp, C sharp, G sharp, C. Same idea here. Oh, that starts on C sharp. That's why it sounds so crazy. Kind of like that. So what makes that work is the 5, 2, 1 in the left hand and the 5, 2, 1 in the right hand. If you do want to work your way up to that, what it sounds like with the more block chords, the left hand's going to do A, C sharp, E, and I'm going to play this melody in the right hand. So yeah, it looks like we start in the middle of the piano at the beginning. Let's go over that finger pattern too. That's really important for the right hand. 1, 2, 5, 2, 5. Yeah, I also use that pinky to expand there. C sharp, E, A, E, da, 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 da. All over an A bass, A, C sharp, E chord. Then we move our left hand to C sharp minor, G sharp there, back to A, C sharp minor. Just know that you have to eventually stretch an octave with your right hand To me, it feels best to do 1, 2, and 5, but everyone's hand size and stretchability is different. So I would say the one requirement there is thumb on the first C sharp, pinky on this. Make sure like you can expand out there. But it doesn't feel too bad to do 1, 2, 4 to 5. Like keep 4 nested within there instead of having to stretch the pinky later. The risk there is 4 might bump one of these 2 black keys. So just try out a few different methods there. But that's what the intro should sound like. Okay. I'm going to play a little bit of each section just to kind of tie it all together. Here's the intro. And the intro keeps going through the verse. We do the same thing. Back to A. C sharp minor. Singing here. Da, 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 da. It's really hard to play and sing at the same time. Let me just go pretend like they're just singing it. So we keep doing that. We do that. Da 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 da. Pre-chorus. We're gonna do left hand, 1 finger, right hand, 3. Oh, sorry, I switched to the chorus. F sharp minor to C sharp minor. Oh, we did those inversions there. Yep. G sharp C right hand. Go to E. Time cannot replace. And then when we get to the chorus, big. When you call, wipe away all of your tears. That's F sharp, D, E, C sharp minor. Do inversions with that, but that was all root position sounding nice and full. Last time we go F sharp, D, and all. It's an E chord at the end. Wait, hang on. All of me. And then we go back to the verse beat, which is our A chord. C sharp minor. Okay, and then the bridge when we eventually get there. D to start. 2, 3, F sharp minor. 2, C sharp minor. 2, D. Keep D in the bass. We're gonna do D, F sharp, A, B. Let's move the left hand to D. To B. I don't like D in the bass. Yeah, right, like that. So we still have D in the bass of our right hand. That's how you get that sweet, it's like a jazz chord, or a jazz voicing really. And it's stacked really well. The spacing between the notes actually works better than if I were to do B, D, F sharp, A. That feels a little warmer, but I like how they're nested together with the inversion. We get to that B minor, 7, let me do that. C sharp minor to finish out. Keep climbing to D, 2, 3, 4, E. Then we go to the solo, which is the chorus. And one chorus to finish it out, and then the outro goes back to the verse progression. Okay, hopefully that covers everything. And you can see you can kind of do it at some different levels. I recommend just like both hands getting used to the 5-3-1 fingering, and know that your left hand is going to need pretty much twice as much at least work on those kind of things. So if you practice, actually scales help you a lot with this because it uses every finger. So if I just do a C major left hand, I just got like a little pinky workout in, but that'll help you with drumming too. Not to get too into that, but like the back fingers in drumming actually do wonders for like rolls and things like that. So you're kind of getting 2 for 1. But let me know if you have any questions about this. Mostly we'll look at it in lessons because there's quite a few things to clarify. All right.